Hello friends and enemies, welcome to the vlog you asked for. The vlog that's gonna be a mess. Okay, listen, you said in the comments you were down for a vlog where I DNF'd a lot. So here's the vlog of me reading every single maybe from my try chapters in 2025. Fingers crossed it's every single one. I did not go triple check myself, but I did catch a few that I knew I missed. So we ended up with 18 titles. That's right, 18 titles. So on our first page of 15, is that the right number? First page of 15, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know that I think it's very likely I DNF Hot for Hostage. I keep getting people talk about how this was on their worst of the year list, so not too excited for it. The Sun, the Storm, and the Shadows, I was pretty iffy when I started it, but I think I need to read a little more, and I will DNF it most likely. A Vow for the Vamp, I think I'll end up DNFing also. I'm not positive. Retrosexual, I'm likely to finish because it's just a novella, so there's that. And then on the second page, I think Hell of a Bargain is one that I will likely not finish, but say I'm going to read for Love in the Night in the spring or the fall round. Possibly the fall round, and then if I don't read it, it'll get removed from my TBR. Come Into the Dark, I'm not sure if I'm up for. It is very, very dark. That first chapter was wild. But it is super duper dark, so I don't know if I'll want to read it or not, if that makes sense. And then Paved and Hate, I think I'm going to go back to book 1 to read, because they're just interconnected enough where I think you need to read all of the books to read it. So that's where we're at. That's how we're starting. I don't have a particular order that I plan to go in for this, but I think we'll just have a graphic of like what I'll just update you when I DNF, and I'll put up something where I like show you what I DNF'd each time so we can keep track. But listen, if 15 out of these 18 are all DNFs, I warned you now at the top. So let's begin our adventure, and I'll be back to talk to y'all very soon. Hello. So I accidentally, on purpose, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, read one of my maybes, which was Retrosexual. This was from a try chapter. It's a novella. I was having a hard time settling into sleep last night, so I was just like, what do I have on my Kindle that I could read? And I was like, oh, I have this for the reading all my maybes, not try chapter, for reading all my maybes. I was like, I'll just read it. This was fun. It's a solid 4 for me. I don't know that I'll continue the series. I may at some point, but I'm just like not in a political romance mood personally. Like it's just not where I'm at currently in my life. But this follows someone who works for the Prime Minister in Ottawa, Canada, and his wife of like many years, and basically she's like, I'm off this weekend, I'm taking a trip, I don't care if you can come or not. And he surprises her at this concert and is like dressed as a stranger, and it's just like them having a little bit of fun, and it was really sweet and cute, and I really liked how they reignited their romance a little bit in this, and it's like 60 pages. It was fun, and like one of those just really fun and contemporary romances. To me, that is like, it like scratched an itch without going on too long. So that is a plus. I'm glad I read it. I am happy to take it off of my Kindle TBR. It's completely left my like Kindle, so like that's great. Well, left as in it's been marked as read. And it cleared another spot in one of my purchases for the year. So it was like a 2022 purchase. Oh, it also accounted for Herkyed for me for the hardest reading challenge because it was published in 2017. So I knocked that box off. So like that was like all around, reading this and finishing a 60-some page novella, a big win for me, because I was like, oh sweet, I'm done. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun. If it's on your TBR, pick it up. If you are wanting a just fun, quick married couple read where they're reigniting their love that's a romance, that's a great option. But otherwise, like I didn't have anything like super notable about it, but it was just really sweet and fun to read and enjoy personally. So 1 down, a lot more to go, and I'm sure we're gonna have some DNFs here rolling in, but I'm happy to start this off with a book I liked because I'm about to read some that I think I'm gonna DNF. So I will be back to talk to you all in a little bit. I gotta go film some other videos, as you can tell. Okay, coming at you from bed. I started Hot for Hostage tonight, and I think I'm DNFing it. So I got the audio from Libro, and like the audio quality is fine, but it's one of those books where I personally, at least as I'm reading it, feel like it's trying too hard to be funny and quirky, and it's not just funny and quirky on its own. Like it's the thing where like someone is trying way too hard to do a thing. That's this book. I'm shocked at how high its rating is on Goodreads, But it won't count for my DNF bingo because it could either be Too Dumb to Live or DNF after 25% because I made it about 30% in. And we are like not even like, I think we're barely a full 24 hours in to the two of them knowing each other. But basically this dog gets kidnapped from the animal shelter she volunteers at when she's not at culinary school, which she's going to open a business to make dog treats, which I don't even know if you'd go to culinary school to do that. Anyways, she decides to steal the right-hand man's gun of the mafia boss guy. And she does so, and she holds him hostage. Badly. Terribly. I want a book where they hold him hostage kind of well, or semi-successfully, which I have had. I just don't wreck that author anymore because she's done some questionable things. But I'm just saying, like, she does a terrible job at this and basically just lets him push her around. She's also just, like, over the top quirky, and I don't love it. Like, pink hair, wears overalls, which, like, listen, I love a colored hair. I love an overall. And then, like, drives this, like, rundown Beetle, like, VW Bug, which is, like, fine. But we just, like, keep adding the things to make her quirky, and I'm like, no. So, DNF'd. I'm not feeling it. I don't think I would return to it unless I was just like, I want to listen to something, and if I fall asleep, I don't care. That's like the only way I think I would listen to this book. So we have our first DNF of the vlog, many more to come. So I'm going to keep going, try something else. I DNF'd another book last night. So basically, I started reading, oh my god, what is it called? I keep messing up this title too. The Sun, the Storm, and the Shadows from the Maybes list. And I was like, I'm not loving this. So I DNF'd it. I got your eye boogers. Peace. Ha. She's like, I hate you for it. But anyways, yeah, so I started this. I made it a little further in. Again, this is a book that seems to be unavailable now broadly. Like, it got unpublished. I don't know why it got unpublished, but it did. And yeah, I decided to DNF it. I don't really have a great reason for why. I didn't love the writing, but it wasn't like a visceral dislike for the writing. It was just a like, this isn't working for me. And I'm not like having a good time here. So I'm going to DNF you. And that is exactly what I did. Look at me. 2 DNFs. 1 read from this challenge so far. I have no idea what I'm going to read next from the list, but on to something new at some point for this one. So I'll be back, I'm sure, with another book. Welcome. Okay, I'm back. So I have read more from the Maybes list. I finished a book and I DNF'd another book. Started a third one. So I'm working on the first page. I decided I was going to alternate, but then I was like, no, let's just get through this first page. It has the most. The next page only has 6 books. So I unintentionally finished The Devil I Don't Know last night, this morning, whatever you want to call it. Basically, this is a very like okay mafia romance. This follows a girl who gets betrothed to a guy she has never met in the Italian mob, and her family's Irish, and it's their romance. I read like 80% of it yesterday without really trying. And I was like debating DNFing, but I didn't hate it. So I was like, I'm going to keep going. Again, I think it was just okay. Like, it was just a perfectly okay book. It was like a 3-star, 3.5. Like, literally perfectly okay. Very forgettable. Like, I will not remember this book in 2 weeks. And that's okay. That's just kind of what I needed at the moment. So, I read that. I thought I was going to DNF it, to be honest with you. But it was, like, decent writing. So, I just kind of kept going. Which is, like, not a bad thing at all, obviously. And then I continued on. So today I picked up one that I was pretty sure I would end up DNFing, and I did DNF it, and that is Playing with Monsters. This is a really high rating on Goodreads, and maybe it gets a lot better, but I just was bored. I was not interested. I was not intrigued by it. So yeah, I just said, maybe we just let it go. So I sure did DNF it. I made it like, I don't know, maybe 5% in, if that, and said, yeah, not for me. It's from 2018 or earlier. Like, it's an older title. Most of the people on my Goodreads that have read it in like 2020 or earlier. So I don't feel like I'm missing much. And I just was like, we're going to let this go. I was just not interested. Our heroine had like left town and was going back for this celebration, and there were fae things, and I was like, I don't know if I care. But then I was like, ooh, let's try another fae book. And so I went with Lords of the Hunt, the Wild Fae series by Kate King. And I'm listening to it right now a little bit on audio. I'm 18% in. I am intrigued. So far, our heroine has murdered the Fae King during the hunt. So she's now on the run right now where I'm at in the book. So I'm really not sure what's going to happen. This is another one, though, I feel like I could easily DNF it in the next 5%, but I also could just end up finishing it. I don't know. I do not know which way this is going to go. So I'm intrigued. We'll see what happens. And I will report back when I decide later today or whenever I finish the book accordingly. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. I feel good about this, like where I'm at on page 1. I'm on my 5th read for this project. So I'm getting through them. Again, I told you all it's going to be DNF heavy. And that is what it is. So I know that there's likely a lot more DNFs on this page headed my way, but we'll get there when we get there. Either way, I'll report back in a little bit when I've read some more of Lords of the Hunt. I'm in a DNFing mood. I have DNF'd Whisper Waves by Blake Black. One, I was like reading some reviews and I don't care. I didn't care about the why choose element with the brothers. I don't really love a brothers, like actual brothers why choose situation. And then somebody said that like basically the heroine just slots in as the dead mom, and I'm out. That I don't like that. And then I'm reading The Player Next Door, and I really wanted to read this, and I really wanted to like this. I don't hate it. But I also don't care. He is a super player type. So he's kind of a big time playery type. She's a Dungeons and Dragons nerd type, which I like the setup. Listen, I like the setup. I think that's fun. But yeah, I don't know. Something's not working out. He's like an Uber player though. So like his current hookup basically is like, hey, this is it. I think I'm going to start seeing this guy seriously. And he's like, oh, okay. And he can't tell her a lick about her besides the wine she likes and their sex life together. And I just think that's kind of gross. I don't know. I don't mind a Playboy hero, but I just didn't like the vibe that gave me for someone he's been hooking up with like for a long time. Like he could barely remember she was a teacher. So yeah, it just kind of, I don't know, the vibes were off, not what I wanted. Nothing is scratching the itch of what I want to read right now also. So the DNFs are coming hard and fast and we're going to allow it. I was like, we're just going to let that happen. So yeah, that's 2 more off the list, which leaves us with what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more to read. And I think I'm just going to continue by reading the last 3 on this page because I think I am in a mood. I don't know what I want to read. Nothing is working. So we are on DNF spree mode, okay? Come Into the Dark by LaToya Nicole. I want to call this a softish DNF. I could come back to it at some point. Right now, the climate of the world and everything going on around us, if you watched like Romancelandia last month, February, I thought I was in the mood. My brain was like, maybe that's what I need. I need something really dark and twisted. No, I was like put off immediately in chapter 2. I was out very quickly. This book has a massive list of content notes and is a wild ride. I might come back to it at some point, but right now with just all the things coming out about in the world and going on, I was like, this is too much. Too much. So away it went. I made it like another page. And then I was reading Falling for a Rake by Eve Pendle, which made me be like, maybe I want to read some historical romances actually right now. Maybe that'll scratch my itch. But this one is not scratching my itch. So basically I DNF'd it while they're stuck in a hole together after going on this expedition. I just didn't love the writing. I don't know that it was just this book specifically perhaps, or if this author just isn't for me, but it was not working. It was not working. So, yep, here we are. Okay, I started my next maybe, and I was like, I'm totally going to DNF this book. I just don't think I'm going to read it. And that is the first book in the Paved and Hate series. It's this one. I say it's this one because I can never remember. Paved in Blood? Something like that. Anyways, I feel weird that I'm reading Russian Mafia. Do not get it wrong. But, come on, Millie. Come on, baby. Oh, big stretches. We got a big stretch happening. Come on. Come on. Come on, Millie. Oh, you can't make the jump. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Anyways, so I now have Millie in my lap. I've been laying here. I was like chatting with May, doing this and that. And I've somehow read 49% of this book. That is like absolutely like tons of other books I've read before. But I'm just having a good time, okay? So I've read 49% of it. I'll probably finish it tonight. And this is what drives me nuts. Why will my brain let me read this, but I can't read the arcs I want to read and other things, you know? Like, this is also like very low energy commitment, which probably doesn't help. But yeah, I'm 49% through. Our heroine is a bit too dumb to live at times, but also not. So basically, she meets Roman, which is one of 4 brothers by choice situation in this story. I read book 4 in the try chapter, and I feel like I have to go read all of them to read book 4, unfortunately, which I hate. But our heroine's a virgin, of freaking course. I don't know if all of them are virgins. I'm assuming so. That just tends to be a thing in these kinds of books. But anyways, she meets Roman at her parents' party. Her dad's the mayor. They have come to this town, this city, because there's a sex trafficking ring, and they're trying to uncover it, and they're also trying to find our hero Roman's little sister that went missing like a year ago. Our heroine, Emma, what is her name? He calls her Sunshine. Now I can't remember her name. Anyways, whatever her name is, she is at the party, intercepts him, and then he like clings to her the whole night kind of, and is like keeping her safe from these like creepy dudes. And in doing so, when she steals this card from her dad's jacket, he also gets the info. They end up at the club. This is where I say she's a little too dumb to live. She goes to the club. She Ubers there. Gets in. And he is there. And she's like stunned because she sees him with another woman on his lap. And I'm like, this is interesting. They're giving... Okay, this series to me is giving a little bit S.J. Tilly. Like, affectionately, where I like... just marathon that entire Alliance series accidentally one weekend. That's what these are. That's the energy I'm getting here. So I'm having fun and I'm just enjoying reading it. It's kind of just that thing where I don't feel great today. My throat's a little scratchy. I think it's the weather swings, to be honest with you. But yeah, my throat's a little scratchy today and I'm just enjoying a silly, goofy time of a book. So I'm going to keep reading it. I did think I was going to DNF this thing. I really did. I picked it up and I tried the audio and I was like, oh, there's no way I'm reading this. Switched to eyeball reading. And I'm halfway through. So I will probably be done today. I'm likely going to be done tonight. So I'll update you in the morning. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. Anyways, I will be back to talk to y'all very soon. I need y'all to brace because we got 2 updates coming, okay? These are 2 big updates. First of all, I finished Paved in Blood last night. That was fun, silly, 3-star, exactly what it says it is, and it gave me exactly that, and I'm okay with it. That is a positive thing. It's not a bad thing. It just is what it is, you know? I could see myself reading the rest of the series. And not because, like, I loved them, but because they're just kind of very readable. You're getting what you're getting from it, if that makes sense. Like, it is a very expected mafia romance situations throughout the book. It was so silly. Absolutely ridiculously silly, though. So do keep that in mind. The thing we had to talk about is a book I DNF'd last night in bed. I was so mad. May was asleep. It's like 1 a.m. I was like, yeah, we'll try this dark vampire romance. Feathers in the Sky. And I'm going to read you the passage that made me DNF this book. So don't ever, and I know a lot of you are disconnected from the Marvelverse, okay? But we know who I love. And it's that man, but it's also the broken soldier, the Winter Soldier. The man who, I could totally fix him. It's fine. Anyways, I'm reading this book. I'm like, okay, this is kind of interesting. I don't know if I'm really too into the setup so far. But I get 9% in. And our hero asks her, marry, fuck, kill, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America. And she's like, why? After she answers. So I'm going to give you her answer, why she picked who she picked. Iron Man is loaded and smart. Thor is hot, so she'd marry Iron Man because he's loaded and smart. She'd fuck Thor because he's hot and sweet. She says he's a pleasure dom. Okay. And then Captain America was her kill because I'm a white man born in the 1920s, hard pass. And listen, for me specifically right here, this is a deep reflection of the misconception people have about Captain America. It's the same people. And I'm not saying this author is, okay? But it is the same feeling I have when people who are very conservative try to tell me that Captain America would be pro our current president. Or pro any sort of thing. When it's like, no, he literally punched Nazis, first of all. But second of all, it's kind of anti-war at the same time. You missed points just over your head. So yeah, I DNF'd it. This is probably the most me reason to DNF a book, first of all. But I was just like, oh, fuck that. Absolutely not. And then my Discord and I had a whole conversation about this. And someone in my Discord was like, I'd marry Iron Man. And I was like, no. No. This is a wrong choice. You can marry Thor. That's fine. But marry Iron Man? A billionaire? And a billionaire who loves and profits from war. Which, like, I think they all do probably. But Iron Man? Anyways. I'm just saying. Absolutely not. Absolutely not for me. On that one. So, yeah. Okay. Anyways, that's your big update right now. I have no idea what book I'm going to read next. I'm almost done, though. We have one book left on the second page and, like, 6 left on the first page. I don't know. It's not a ton. But, oh, that is what I was going to say. Hell of a bargain. I'm leaving out of this vlog because I decided I'm going to read it for Love in the Night when we have our round this spring. So, technically, I only have page 2 left. And I'm allowing myself that one hold because I think it's a really quick read and I should probably devour it during the readathon very easily. So yeah, we only have this last page left, so we'll see. I might, if I like the Cherish Read book enough on this page, I may also hold that for Love in the Night. I'm going to read a little bit more of it and then make a determination if I would like it for Love in the Night or not. But also, it would count for her kid. I need a spirit. So we'll see what I decide. But yeah, that, and then I think Settle for the Vamp is the other paranormal I have on here. So, like, if those 3 feel like, yes, I like these, I'm probably going to, like, if I don't read this at Love of the Night, they have to leave my TBR situation. So, that's kind of where I'm at right now. But, yeah, interesting times here and my DNFing journey on this vlog. So, I'll be back soon with more updates. I have no idea what I'm picking up next, but I'll let you know when I decide. Hello. So I have to update you because I have read a bunch of The Power Play by B.P. Gilmore on accident. I'm like 40% in, okay? Here we are, another book that I think I'm going to give like a 3.5 to. Should I DNF it? Probably, but I'm kind of intrigued to see how it plays out because it's an interesting setup. Basically, our 2 hockey players are enemies on the team, having to be co-captains together. They both have attraction to Danny, our new chef on the team. It does have some of the usual, like, I don't know. It happens so often. It just makes me giggle every time. Like the supplies and stuff, like them having their equipment. But basically, we're following Danny, Francois, and Diego as they navigate this whole thing. And there's a clause in her contract that she cannot date a player. So we'll see what that means and how that all works out. But Francois helps her handle her ex's like current boo situation that he cheated on, her ex's current partner that he cheated on her with. That was fun. That was very fun. It's very readable. Like, I just don't think it's doing anything too fantastical to me, but it's very readable. And then Diego and Francois are like kissing pre-game now because it's going to bring them good luck to win the game. And we're testing the theory now because that's what happened the last time they won, and then they lost like 7 times in a row. So hockey superstitions are at play. I don't know. I don't know that I would say it's like a good book though, or like that I would recommend it necessarily. It is the usual where she like ends up having walked in on her partner cheating on her. That leads to the breakup, of course. But like so far it's just been like a fun, silly time. Again, I don't think it's like anything groundbreaking or amazing, but I'm having a silly, goofy time. And I have one other book by her, obviously, in this chapter, this read it or DNF it. But I want to read that one during Love in the Night, so, which I've told you like 5 bajillion times as I've edited this video already to where I'm at now. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I might finish it in bed tonight. I might finish it in the morning. We'll see. But I'm going to finish that up and I will report back my thoughts and feelings on it when I do. Because I'm curious to see what I think. Anyways, I will talk to y'all very soon. I just finished Power Play. 3.5. Like, it wasn't bad. I enjoyed a lot of it. It definitely, like, relied a lot on them boning. But it was fun. It was fun. So there's that. But, yeah, so I finished that. And, yeah, I'm giving it like a 3.5. I'm not mad. I've not been mad at any of these ones that I've read that I did end up just reading all of. So, there's that. Like, that's a win. But, yeah, I think for me, I wanted a little more plot and a little less, like, very, like, routine hockey romance, I guess. I feel like a lot of what I've been reading kind of breaks out a little bit of the, like, stereotypical stuff. This definitely leans into it more. But it was a fun, silly time at the same time. There was definitely some emotionalness to it. Some of the drama was, like, annoying, and I didn't love that. But overall, like, I had a good time. I will read more from B.P. Gilmore. I may not read hockey books, but I know I have the other book, and I'm excited to read that. So, like, the writing is very readable. So, that's a good time. And I'm happy about that. I have no idea what book I'm picking up next. I had a craving for, like, a protective, kind of over-the-top hero, and I was like, oh, I have The Predator by Rue Nix in this vlog. Let's try that. And the audio is on, it's on Hoopla. It's also on Kobo Plus. So I'm listening to it via Kobo Plus. So I, before anyone asks, yes, my shirt says Cocaine Bear. It's a whole thing. I mean, there's an actual taxidermied bear in Kentucky. It's from that shop, but as a Bears fan, had to have it. Anyways, beyond the, oh my God, let me not drop my phone. I'm 57% through The Predator right now, and I'm kind of invested. It's giving the energy I wanted, because I finished This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me by Lona Andrews, and I was like, I need a very overprotective hero that, like, they bang it out. And that's kind of happening with this, The Predator book. I am liking it. I don't know that I'll finish the series. I know a lot of people had issues, like big issues with how the series ended, which does give me some hesitation on if I want to finish it. But I do think I'll at least read the first Tristan and Morana's books. But I'm 60% in. Basically, so far, she made a code. The code got stolen. The code could hurt both her family and the other family. And Tristan's literally known as the Predator because he just, like, kills people. Anyways, she ends up kicked out of her house, kind of, because her dad throws her down the stairs. So content warning, content over abuse here. This is a mafia book. It's dark. So she ends up kicked out of the house and runs to them, but she had a tracker on her car, so her dad finds her, kind of almost finds her, we'll say. It's been good. And Tristan, our hero, the Predator, is very, like, no one else gets to kill you but me. So it shouldn't be hot, but it is, because there's, like, this tension sizzling between the two of them, and it is so delicious. It is so delicious. I am having a great time. I actually fell asleep at some point listening to it last night, not meaning to, and it was just not a knock on the book. That was me, like, laying in bed because I didn't want to stop. So I've circled back to chapter 15, which is, okay, so yeah, I've circled back to chapter 15. I think I was a little bit further, which, again, is about 60%. 57%. So I will be done later today, guaranteed, and I will update you, but I just need to give my initial, like, I could not stop. I could not stop reading this book last night. I was like, I'm in. Didn't expect it. I put this on the maybes thinking I would DNF it, and here we are. But yeah, so far I'm loving it. I can see why this drew so many people into the story back in the day when it first came out and why it was so popular. But yeah, I really am liking their dynamic. I like that our heroine is also, like, not a ditzy mafia type heroine. She is very smart. The things she's dumb about, I understand. It's because she's stressed the F out by this man, because he is stressful. But I'll be back in a little bit. I'll come check in when I'm about 75% in. Okay, we have to discuss, because I'm 85%. I said I'd come back at 75. I did not. Really engaged. We've gotten big reveals in the last bit of this book. She's about to find out something that she's not sure she wants to know about Tristan. So I'm very curious how that plays out. The reveals, I don't want to give away extensively in this, because I do think it was kind of surprising in a good way. So yeah, I really liked them. I feel like this was also written, I feel like, when dark romance was what I want dark romance to be, and not when it has ventured into this new territory. But yeah, I'm freaking hooked. I'm gonna listen to the last hour or so I have left of this, and I will update you when I finish. But right now, this is like a solid 4. Maybe a 5. I don't know. I gotta think about it. I'm gonna have to finish the duology of these two story to know if it's a 5, because like they both have to be good, but we shall see. Hello, I have an update. Okay, so y'all remember I was like, I'm gonna keep going. I don't know what I'm gonna DNF still in this video. Well, I just DNF'd 2 more books. I have a Millie. Oh, look at her. I have a potato, a big potato. So any snuffling noises you hear are not me. Not that y'all don't think it's me. I feel like you hear snoring in the background of most of my videos. I know we're gonna go to bed in a minute. I have to update the vlog. She wants to go to bed. Come here, just sit in between my legs. Anyways, so I DNF'd A Vow for a Vamp by Settlemyre. Our hero just felt really self-loathing in the beginning, and I am not in the mood for that. I'm in a very specific hero mood right now, which is over the top and protective. So basically, I was immediately like, this is not gonna work for me. So we DNF'd that. We did DNF that. And then I was like, we'll try another one. And that one was, oh my God, stop. Zero Fox Given, is that right? Yeah, so this one. Okay, so I was like intrigued because this is like childhood friend. She moved away, they lost contact. She ends up getting assigned to his, the project with his, anyway, she ends up getting assigned to a project with his company to help redo this distillery. We have like some flashbacks to them as children, and that's really sweet and cute, and I liked that. But we then have like 10% that is like, it feels like nitty gritty business discussion, and like discussing our heroine Maddie taking on this job and being the lead for the job. And then we go to his business, talking about his business and why it needs help. And I was just like, oh my God, I don't care. Can we move it along? And then they meet again. And you're in both of their heads. So at one point, he's like, I think it's her, but what if it's not her? Like, that could be somebody else too. And she's like, she knows it's him. And like in her head, she's like, oh, okay, we're pretending we don't know each other. That's fine. We'll just pretend we don't know each other. And like, fine, whatever. Not my fave setup. But then like we switch to his head and he's like, oh, she doesn't remember me. And I'm just like, oh my God, we are 12% in. How long is that reveal gonna take? This is why I said you could convince me. If someone has read this and loved it and thinks I would love it, like tell me this doesn't take much longer and I might be in. But I literally was like, I cannot read half of this book and them not have revealed this potentially, or I don't know how long. I don't think the writing was bad, but by the time we got to this point, I was just done because we were doing so much. There was so much happening around like this desire they had to like see each other again in both of their heads. And I was just like, just talk. Just talk. You're right in front of each other. Just talk. Just ask the question. It's okay. I enjoyed how focused and forward the conversations were about being neurodivergent and different kinds of neurodivergencies. I liked the like, nothing so far about the species stuff felt like heavy-handed or over the top, which I also liked a lot. Like, it didn't feel like anybody was, I didn't feel like sometimes in monster and like other interspecies type books, you get like this heavy-handed metaphor for racism, and I don't necessarily need that personally, nor want that in every single monster type book I read. So that didn't feel like too heavy so far in this either. But yeah, I loved how inclusive this book was the word I'm looking for, I think, tonight. But I just got so mad at the word talk. And at the like, well, it is them, but I don't want to say that in anything. And I was just like, why? So anyways, 2 more DNFs. All right, y'all, we have finished. I've read every single book on this list besides 2. Well, 3 technically, because one's waiting because of the fact that it is a library hold and I couldn't guarantee it coming available during this. But I will be reading that book this year, which is This Monster of Mine. In fact, I probably will unsuspend my hold soon. But we did finish everything. So obviously, I'll Come Back For You and Hell of a Bargain are going on the Love of the Night TBR for October's round. If I do not read them then, they are leaving they're getting marked as read and like unhauled, DNF'd from my collection, right? I would like to show you this list of titles I've read from this maybes, which to me was insightful that a lot of these books actually in the maybes list I need to be a little bit harsher with, because I do think, I DNF'd more than I finished. So I think from now on during the try chapters, I may read 2 chapters of maybes. Like, I think I'm going to start reading a little bit more of the maybes sooner to DNF them, because this took me forever. Because this maybe list, this DNF list, is pretty big in my opinion. I feel like I DNF'd a lot of books in this challenge, which is great. In fact, I DNF'd a total of 11 books. That's a lot. I DNF'd more than I read, and that's a lot for me to DNF, I feel like, also just in general. Like I said, I think my biggest takeaway from this is that I need to read a little bit more of the maybes sooner, because I do feel like a lot of them are going to be DNFs. And I don't know that until I've read a couple more chapters sometimes. Sometimes you know immediately, but sometimes you just don't know in the first chapter. So yeah, I thought this was insightful. I'm really, really surprised at how many of them I DNF'd. I kind of thought this project was going to be more of me reading them. But yeah, my biggest takeaway is like something's a maybe for a reason, and oftentimes that reason is that it's going to end up being a DNF. But sometimes you'll have some that surprise you. A lot of the ones I read did surprise me. A lot of them were also 3 stars. So do with that information what you will. I would love to know, one, if you liked this as a format or not. I would love to know if you like this format for me reading through my maybes. And if you did, I will maybe try and do this again towards the end of the year with the maybes from this year. I haven't decided. But yeah, so there's that. I would love to know your thoughts. I would love to know if you've read any of your maybes and had similar insights where it's like, I maybe should have just DNF'd this book probably. If you have, let me know that down below. If you don't do any of that, you can leave me a clock emoji, because this took me for freaking ever. And I'm still annoyed at myself with how long it took me, but it's fine. You can leave me that clock and emoji down there. I'll have links to all these books for you, links to the playlist with all my try chapters, and links to my friend anywhere on the internet that I am. And I will talk to y'all in just a few days in my next video. Bye.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for.